Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's your boy Miguel, and we back with another for your mother. Yes, sir. Today we got toxic versus healthy relationships. Today's ladies and gentlemen. And before we start, obviously you already know, man. Drew story right here, right down on the screen. I put his stuff down on the Facebook every time. Don't judge my hair. I need a haircut. You already know he can supply y'all with hoodie shirts, shorts, whatever y'all need. Hit him up on Facebook and he can give y'all the prices on everything. Another thing, thank y'all for giving us much love. We had almost 15,000 views on YouTube, 200 plus hours watched. So keep showing us love. We're doing a big giveaway. We're doing the announcement this Saturday. So stay tuned for that. So which is tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. We will be going live on Facebook, Instagram. We'll decide, but stay tuned for that. So we're gonna get started. It's gonna be a story time. So whoever wants to start can start. It could be past. Obviously, it's past because ain't nobody in a toxic relationship. So who wants to start first?
Okay. Well, okay. Well, she gonna do whatever she gonna do. I guess we could basically start off. Whoever wants to start off. This podcast is gonna be about toxic relationships, whether it be with family, whether it be best friends, whether it be any type of toxic relationship that you've been in, and versus what actually being in a healthy relationship looks like or may feel like the difference between them. So it's kind of just like backstories of personal experiences that we've been through that we just gonna just sit here, have a conversation, and just chop it up about. So I don't know who wants to go first, but y'all go ahead. Blair could go ahead, shoot it off.
All right, so we're gonna talk about my first toxic relationship. It was a girl.
Wait, let's start off. Let's start off by saying, how did you know it was toxic? What were things that let you know it was a toxic relationship?
That's the kicker. I didn't know until the end.
Okay.
That was the twist. It was like a horror movie with a twist to it. So I'm trying to make to make a long story long. Started off, it was a learning experience for me. This happened when I was about like my junior year in high school, senior year. I was with this girl. She was very known, attractive girl. You couldn't miss this girl. Every time she walked outside, cars was honking at her. She was one of them types. So, but she came off as this innocent girl. She played this innocent role pretty good. At least it was pretty good to me. My mother, she even caught the attention of my mother. My mother liked her, and you know what I'm saying. She really took a liking to her. But it was something about my auntie. She felt something was off about her. But anyway, she was going on making it seem like she was this innocent girl. But the entire time, we was together for a total of 3 years. But for some odd reason, the entire time she swore up and down that I was cheating on her. And on my dead granny grave, that's why when I put it on my dead granny grave, I'm not lying. I never cheated on this girl ever in my life. I did everything I could to let her know I'm not a cheater, that I'm not doing nothing. But this girl kept seeing ghosts. She swore up and down that I was cheating on her all day, every day. I broke up with her a couple times because I couldn't take it no more. She just swore up and down that I'm doing something. But it made no sense to me. I was confused. I'm like, why is she always accusing me of cheating and I'm not doing it? I had my mother, my family members, my brother, sisters telling her, like, dude, he's not a cheater. He's not doing nothing. He's not on that. He's not doing nothing. I was just confused. So one day I talked to my auntie and I was like, yo, aunt, I don't know what's up with her. Why she keep assuming that I'm cheating on her and I'm not? And then my auntie dropped a bomb on me and she was just like, nephew, I'm gonna just break it down to you. Me being a woman and me being on this planet for a long period of time, I'm gonna tell you something. Usually when somebody accusing you of doing something and you not doing something, it's because they doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I was a little blinded by it. I was blinded by, whoever she was, being who she was, whatever. She really was hiding it pretty good that she wasn't doing anything. So time go by, she still was accusing me of cheating. Never cheated on her. Until one day she randomly called me up and was just like, "Oh, you don't say that?" Yeah, she knows this part. But She randomly hit me up and was just like, "Hey, just giving you a heads up. I think you need to go get checked." So I still was
Oh my
confused.
God.
First of all, I got defensive automatically because I'm used to her accusing me of cheating, right? She was like, "You need to go get checked," and I'm like, "Okay, I didn't give you nothing if that's what you're thinking," but I didn't see this coming. She was just like, "No, I didn't say you did. I know you didn't give me nothing." And I'm like, "Wait, hold on." She was just like, "No, I think you go get checked because I messed around with somebody." And I'm like, "Really? So you just gonna tell me that to my face like it's nothing?"
Right.
She confessed to me that she slept with somebody and she caught something, and she said I needed to go get checked. So right then and there, I ended the relationship. I think she thought I was gonna give her a second chance. That was my first time finding out that she cheated on me, and I think if she would have never confessed, I probably would have never known. But the only reason why I know is because she confessed it to me and she caught something.
So this whole time, like you never noticed a different pattern in her. Like you never noticed anything. She was consistent through and through.
Hello, it's a female. What the fuck do you expect?
No, there's well, I mean, I guess we're. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna.
First of all, I learned that it's easier for people to cheat if y'all don't live together.
Oh, that's facts.
Obviously, I was younger. I had my first apartment at 19, but she didn't live with me. I had my cousin was my roommate. She didn't live with me, so we never lived together. So there was no way for me to see patterns. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't tell. She could easily tell me that she was with her mom, and I couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was that, and then secondly, you know, my auntie was right, and it was crazy during the relationship. I had people telling me. My own cousin was trying to tell me, I was being blind to it. He told me, he said, "Yo, I seen her at the library hugged up with a random dude." So I'm like, "Man, that's crazy. It couldn't have been her." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and then I knew I should have known something was off when I went to go visit her because she had a roommate. The guy that she slept with lived upstairs from her. The guy that she slept with, or guys, let me drop this on y'all. I should have knew something was off when I went to go visit her one day at her apartment complex. We was outside, we was hanging out, and then a car pulled up in front of the complex, and it was, I swear it had to be about 3 to 5 dudes in the car. All of them all at once was like, "Hey, so and so, thank you for the brownies." These
Oh,
was
so.
like, it was like, and it was like the most hood niggas you can ever run into in Milwaukee. I'm confused as hell because I'm like, what the? Why is these niggas yelling out the car saying, "Hey" to my girl, talking about some "thank you for the brownies"? So you baking the hood brownies, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? I should know something was off right there. So when she confessed to me that she cheated on me, I didn't put two and two together until after we was broken up. I'm like, I think she got gangbanged, my nigga. That's just my that's just my speculation. Because she said upstairs from her. So she baking niggas brownies. That means she had to bake the brownies, went upstairs to the niggas. So that's it's just a spirit thing that started.
Your mind just get to going when you just start thinking.
I'm like, bro, she probably got flipped, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. But the moral of the story is, she basically was blindsiding me, making it seem like I was doing something so it can cover up what she was doing. And
damn.
right then and there, when she knew damn well I was not cheating.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. I wasn't putting two and two together. I was confused. Like, why she accused me of cheating? She know I'm not cheating.
Yeah.
I learned a valuable lesson from that. Like,
that's why you gotta play that game, bro.
I'm like, that couldn't have been more toxic than you know what I'm saying? That couldn't have been the most toxic thing I've ever experienced in my life. Hell of a chess move. Second of all, she did it to the right person. I was dumb as hell at that time. I was only like 17 to 19. So
yeah,
she played her cards pretty well. Hey, the best way to throw somebody off is to make it seem like they cheat, and I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was probably the most toxic. I got a couple of them, but I ain't been in no toxic relationship that beat that one yet. So
I don't think that's facts, but we're not gonna go there.
Yeah, okay.
That one was the worst. Okay.
No.
All right, go ahead, Lee.
The chess move.
Like, the chess. Oh,
okay. Like the way she threw me off. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Lee. Hey, story time for Lina.
Well, mine is gonna be a little interesting. Shut the fuck up. So yeah, I've been in three real relationships, and out of those three, I had two toxic relationships. Not gonna say no names, but my second relationships, I was with this person 2 years. The last podcast, he was a good manipulator. That was the first sign, the first toxic thing I knew he was good at. It was a liar. He was a manipulator. So I was, again, blindsided, coming out of a 4 month relationship with the first guy. But yeah, he was wine and dining me. I was believing all his lies. I was young and dumb. I would fall in love with him. Then one moment I posted a picture of me and him on Instagram, and then boom, a female said, "That's my boyfriend too." And I'm like, "Oh, well, okay." And I asked him about it, and I said, "Is this your girlfriend?" He was like, "No, that is my sister." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." Me again, blindsided. I was in love, yada yada yada. So fast forward down to a year. His types was always dark skins. I'm not dark skinned, and his type was big titties. So he used to body shame me a lot, saying, "I want you to look like her. I need you to look like. I want you to have big titties like her. You don't look pretty enough. You need to just be looking like the other people." So I'm like, I was basically getting more insecure with myself. I'm like, okay, so like, be with them, not be with me. So he was the type of man to like, he wanted his cake and eat it too, to the point where like he started cheating on me, and I used to take him back. He was always verbally abusive to me, that he was always body shaming me, and that's what made me insecure with myself. um yeah, that long story short, at the end of the relationship, he lied about his name, he lied about his identity, he lied about everything about himself, and I stood with him even after I found out. Then 3 months later, I was like, you know what, I got to get my revenge. So I finally cheated back. And my whole reputation after that was I was a hoe. He spreaded rumors about me. He said I caught something. He was stalking me after that. My brother is a witness. Um, I was just miserable, and I wasn't myself anymore. So moving 2 years later, I got into another relationship. That one was a 5 year relationship, and I can say that it was good the first year, but I already knew what a red flag when I noticed that he already had a child on the way, and he was talking to multiple females, and I already knew the signs. Me, I'm gullible at that time, and I was naive. So I was like, you know what? We had a connection. We both liked it football. We both liked it the same TV shows, and we just hit it off from there. Um, Mind you, I already knew all these red flags. I used to fight girls over this person, and he wasn't even my boyfriend yet. Um, yeah. Then after that, we finally moved in together, and cheating started happening with another person that he was dealing with in the past. Um, Lies. It was just I was losing myself after that. Then I would say when I caught him cheating, obviously he was still body shaming me. Like, you're not pretty enough, you're not, you don't have the right type of body that I want. And it just made me feel, less of myself. But I'm not gonna sit here and point the fingers at them when I had stuff that I had to still work on. I was toxic too. I'm not gonna blame everything on them. I was a bitch. I was always nagging. I was, doing everything in the book. I was also lying too. I was also cheating back. Yes, I did. I take accountability for what I did, but it doesn't make it right. So fast forward down, had a child with this person, and that's when true colors started coming out. When I got my hands put on, I got hit. Um, I almost lost. I thought I almost lost the daughter I have now, but we're not gonna get into that because that's you know. Yeah, then after that, a year later, even though I met this man 2017, I just want to thank God that, I met a man that I could finally, he could love me for me. He doesn't, body shame me. He doesn't, he loves me for me. He's not going to change who I am. Like, he's a great man for me, and I appreciate him every day. And, I'm really happy with, who I'm with right now, even though we did have a past. That's nobody's business. And I just, I wish we can just, I hope and pray we can last forever, because you are a good man for me. And you really did, love me for me. And that's what I really love. And I really appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry, I was supposed to cry.
Really, Lina?
Wow. We getting deep into this podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, in all honesty, that's what toxic relationships
And
do.
this is my daughter.
Hi, Sky. In all honesty, now that we get to that part, like the real raw and uncut, like for a female standpoint, I cry because it's like, not only is she my cousin, I know what she's been through. It's like I've been through the same stuff, and no one really knows. Like, for women, from a women's standpoint, men be in toxic relationships too. I'm not trying to put men versus women thing here, but for women, the toll that it takes on us emotionally and self-esteem wise and stuff like that, like being in a toxic relationship and also being toxic while you're in a toxic relationship, it is the most draining thing you could ever do to a person, period. Like, my experiences are out the wazoo. Usually the same thing, dealing with manipulation, dealing with gaslighting, dealing with body shaming. But I think the biggest thing for me was I was in an abusive relationship. And a lot of people didn't know that, because I always used to, keep it. I'm very good at hiding stuff. I don't believe for people to be in my business. I don't like stuff like that, especially if I know that I am still being toxic and going back to that person, because my self-esteem is so low because of, things that they make me feel for myself. They were cheating on me, we would be fighting. It would be to the point where I'm like busting windows out the car, flashing tires, literally. And it's gonna sound bad for my part, but literally, as a woman, I literally used to lay down in front of the car so they couldn't pull off when we were fighting. Like, multiple suicide attempts, multiple things, like to just try to feel love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a very loved person, and the love that I give to people is untouchable. And I know that for a fact. Not to sit here and gas myself or do anything. I know that the love that I bring to the table and what I bring to the table as a woman is rare as fuck. And it's what these men are out here supposedly, searching for, but they just don't know how to obtain it or think that it's not out here. But I'm that woman. And it's like, when you give your all to someone like that, only to turn around, especially when it starts off immaculate, especially when it starts off, here you are a year in, 2 years in, and it's like, dang, I don't see this getting any better. I don't see, like, this is everything. So then one day, boom, a switch happens, and you find out that they cheating, and you find out that this is where gaslighting just comes into the biggest point, to them making me feel like them cheating on me was my fault. Them cheating on me was, I'm only doing this because you're not doing this for me, or you're not doing this enough for me, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing this. And it's like, man, when you young, this isn't things that, in all honesty, this isn't things and life experiences that our parents teach us about, that no one honestly teaches us about. We just go out there and think that we found love and think that this is how it's supposed to be. And
it isn't the reality of things. Like I've been through a lot of stuff. I've watched somebody literally try to kill themselves in front of me and lay the fuck out on the floor in the middle of an argument. Like
Damn.
that shit right there took me to a place that I promise and I pray to God every day that I never get back to. I never want to go there. I never want to go back to that place. Like it shattered my entire world because at the same time you love this person, but you're trying to break things off and trying to not be in this toxic relationship and you're trying to break things off and then they do stuff like that. It's like, what do you do? Do you run
Right.
away? Do you stay help them? Do you what is it that you do? And
Right.
unfortunately, I ended up I lost myself completely. And it took everything out of me for me to walk away. Um but I will say one thing, ladies and men, with how this generation and how everybody is moving, being in toxic relationships, and your life, your mental health, your peace, and your space is the most important thing that you can have in your life. Because nobody, no matter how much you love them, no matter what side they showed you, no matter nothing, as soon as things become abusive, physical, verbal, mentally, emotionally, manipulation, gaslighting, all of these things, self-esteem, disrespecting, you need to walk away from and walk away with somebody or in a peaceful thing, because nowadays you're getting killed, you're
Right.
dying, and it isn't worth it. Is that man worth it? Is that woman worth it? These people aren't worth it, and it's very difficult because I know that people out here love themselves, but we are not taught to love ourselves to infinity and beyond. That we think that these toxic relationships are things that we're supposed to go through to come out on the other side, and that's not reality. That's
Right.
not true. Oh,
Sorry to interrupt you, but I can say I feel like the first person who really hurt me as a man, but that's another different topic, was my father. I feel like that was the
but that's
first.
toxic. It's considered
It's,
toxic.
it's still toxic, and people say a woman looks in a man when her, what's that saying? You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, when the father is absent and
Right.
whoever your man is, you look for your father in that man that
Right.
you with.
In him, yeah.
And that's what I knew. I picked that up early when she told me. I picked it up early when she told me how it was with her father, the relationship with her and her father, the absence in her life. I could tell when his name got brought up. When his name got brought up, she was like, "That nigga, this nigga, this nigga, that." I'm like, okay, that explains her past. When she explained to me her past, I was like, that got a lot to do with it, and she don't
Yeah,
even
it plays a part of her abandonment issues and not feeling secure.
I knew that. I'm like,
Mhm.
I think she was ignoring the fact that that's why you love so hard. That's why you get attached so easily. That's why you used to be able to get manipulated really quick, and you thought that your dad didn't tell you the do's and don'ts, so you felt like the way the man was treating you, maybe this is how it's supposed to go. I don't know because I didn't have no
Well,
father.
honestly, I guess I can speak maybe because I know a little bit more and I know the behind because I was there when it was the behind. A lot of these things that I will say for us women in this podcast, a lot of these things we weren't brought up. We were not taught that these things. We were taught that those things were wrong, but we weren't taught to what to look for before they became wrong. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like taught that your responsibility is to the traditional woman take care of the man, cook, learn how to clean, take care of yourself, make sure that he's straight, make sure it's this, and at the end of the day, a man is gonna be a man. Mm, that didn't carry us very far. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like with a man being a man, we also got the cheating, the body shaming, the toxic things that you know, and it's just like a lot of it stems from we weren't, not shaming no one's parents, not shaming no one thing. It all really comes down to a cultural thing and generational things that they weren't taught. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, everyone was used to, the marriages last because the women put up with so much, and in our reality, that's toxic. In our reality, what you're showing us is to be toxic, to be in toxic situations only because we're the women, and we're supposed to just be a wife, and that's it. That's the only title that we hold. We're so much more than that. And I've recently just am now as a woman getting to that standpoint. Trying to be able to break generational curses and other toxic things that, in our culture, and being Puerto Rican, or not even just Puerto Rican, being a minority period, that we're taught. So it is very difficult dealing with the toxins of, your parents' relationships and the culture and all of that, and out in the society and different things. And then also just having your own personal experiences and relationships. Everything is to the point where now we're filled with all these toxic things that we don't even know. We out here making choices and doing behaviors. Like, my favorite saying was, I am who the fuck I am, and can't nobody take that away from me. That's toxic as hell. And you know what I'm saying? And it only takes someone real enough to bring that shit to your face. Emily, the only reason why you say that is because that's learned behavior. Everything that we do is learned behavior. We just have to be willing to be strong enough to unlearn that behavior and understand what is a healthy version of what you're doing. What is a healthy version of you having a defense mechanism or a coping mechanism or stuff like that? What is the healthy version of that to get you to truly sit back and heal, truly to sit back and understand yourself as a person, as a woman, as a man, as anything, to understand that this is the love that I want. This is the type of relationship that I want. I don't want all that other stuff.
I hear what you're saying, because I can relate to that as far as learned behavior. And just because certain stuff happened to you, you got to turn into this person. You got to be like this now. You got to act hard in front of a certain crowd. The thing I can say that I'm proud about myself is I ain't never changed. I ain't never switched up, and I ain't never believed in following the crowd. You know how many times I got cheated on and done wrong? But I ain't never switched up or changed that, because I'm like, I'm going to stay who I am, because eventually I'm going to find a woman who going to appreciate me.
What? Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing. And like, nobody, and today, it's funny to me, but to this day, nobody still believes that my scoreboard is a perfect 100. I've never cheated a day in my life. Every girl I've dated, every girl I've been with, every girl I've courted, I've never backstabbed them. I've never stepped out on them. I've never cheated on them. Ever. But they've done it to me. But did I have thoughts of being like, I should be a villain out here? Yeah. But I was like, no. But then that's me changing who I am.
Right.
I gotta stick to who I am. Just stay who you is, and then the right woman to come around, then she'll appreciate that.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie, as a woman, I've definitely done that. Like, oh, you want to be out here doing this shit to me? You want to be out here treating me? I'm about to. You think you've been hurt? Like, ain't nothing like a woman that could do to a man. Like, I could hurt you, player. I could really hurt you. And it's just like, I started getting into that mindset, only to realize that at the end of the day, the only person I'm affecting, the only person I'm hurting at the end of the day is myself. Because in all reality, that's not really who I am. I'm not that person, not that girl. I want real love. You know what I'm saying? I want to, go out there and find that person that is going to reciprocate the same exact love that I give off, and it be an amazing, journey in a healthy way, not sitting here trying to fight each other and then all of a sudden understand, like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to lose you. Well, I don't want to lose you either. Let's fix it. No, you, at this standpoint in my life and where I am in my life, because I am still working on myself, because everyone is a work in progress, I've always been a fix it type of girl. Like, I have to fix you. My love can fix you. You know what I'm saying? The love that I give is so rare that you gonna realize one day and see me and it's gonna work, because I'm fixing you. I'm pouring all of this into you, and in the meanwhile, I'm losing myself. And it's just like, and then like, all right, but in reality, in the end, they be like, oh damn, I lost something good. They want to come back.
Yeah, they always say that. They always say that. Like, nah, I'm good with all of that. I don't want, because now I don't have to pour into you anymore, because now I can pour into myself. Now I can give myself that love that I've been sitting here giving to you, that I was neglecting to do. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that for so long. I don't want another man to approach me that is not healed.
You deal with your demons by your motherfucking self. I'm tired of that. Like, I could love you from a distance. I can, encourage you here and there. We can be friends. We can do whatever. But do not step to me if you are not healed. Just the same way as I would expect that stuff for myself, because there's still a lot of things that I need to work on with myself. If I am not healed, I don't want to be in a relationship. Dumb.
All right, so Miguel, since you the only one haven't said nothing, what is your
Go ahead, Miguel. What's your
I've just
topic?
been patient. I just been patiently waiting. That's all. Just listening.
Don't
Yeah.
make me cry.
I mean, I probably don't. Shit. I guess I'll talk about it.
That's what we here
So
for.
when I was in college, when I was in school. I ain't gonna say the name because then people gonna know. When I was in school in college, I was with someone that I would say taught me a lesson. Um, I was chasing after somebody that I should have never been chasing after, just honestly, just to get some. At the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, before we was even dating, I was going out of my way to go get something that, you know, some booty, I guess. And then, it turned into something that where we were, we started to kick it out. Kick it. We started to hang out more. And then it turned into honestly, it wasn't even like officially dating, but she kind of moved into my apartment that I had down there in school. And then it got to the point where, and it was funny because going back to what Blair was going through about how she was saying that, oh, why you cheating? Or I think you cheating, but in reality it was her. So then
Mm-hmm.
I kind of played her game. So then now I started doing what she was doing to me while she was still doing it to me, but she didn't really know that I knew that she was doing it to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't do the shit that she did to me. I was just feeding energy, you know, feeding giving energy to people that, I really didn't even really give energy to, that I didn't need to. And then but I didn't sleep with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't with her at all. Like officially. I was
Mm-hmm.
never with her. She was living with me. You know what I'm saying? Like
We're in a
but
situation.
I was in a, what is it called? I
Situ
was in a
a
no, what
situationship.
is it called? Entanglement.
Oh,
You try to do a Will Smith and Jay.
dude.
And it was funny because one night it got to the point where it was so toxic. Like, and I've never done this before. Like, I would even like go into her phone and see like shit in her phone, and like she had people back at her hometown. And if I'm gonna really get into it, a thought that I have that I think that really happened, that I would even say that I think she even slept with my roommate.
Damn.
No,
Look,
you don't. No, you don't.
I don't.
no,
I don't.
no, you know people.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it happened, but I just have a thought. Just because I knew how she was, and when I
Right.
had to go to practice, and at the moment he didn't, and he was able to stay home, and she was staying at the crib while I was gone, and I kind of just caught the vibe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I just never really said anything because I it was at that point where I was just with her to just be with her, and yeah, it was bad. She had people paying her. Like she would have money. I was just be like, "Where you getting on this? You not working or nothing?" And yeah, so she had people at home. She would go out with her friends, leave me at her mom's house by myself. Yeah, I was like, what time you coming home? Like, I'll be home. And then like I had her location obviously, and she's like, oh, I'm going over to this girl's house because because she used to go out with one of her best friends. They were like, oh yeah, we met with our old teammates, so they was going to go kick it. And then all of a sudden, like it was so toxic. I went through her phone the next day, and she was kicking it with some guy. But I was to the point where I didn't even care. I was just with her to be with her at that point, and it ruined me mentally because I became toxic. Like even after that, like I became toxic. and I never was somebody toxic. Let me
Mm,
go back.
yeah.
As in the sense of like toxic in the way of like going through her phone, like jealousy,
Yeah, yeah,
like shit like
yeah.
that. But I mean, I wasn't like toxic. I was younger, so I didn't really care for feelings. I would say just in the sense of
Mm.
me still being toxic before that. But now I'm at an age where I'm 20 plus, so I understood what it was. But it ruined me because like I knew what she was doing, but I wasn't doing what she was doing to me, but I was just doing something. So she knew what I felt. And then it was a day, woo, child.
Mm.
It was like a day like where it got to the point where she broke my TV because we got into a fight. She like threw a whole drink at me and hit my TV. And then it got to a point where, I never put my hands on her, but I threw a remote at a wall, made a hole in my wall, and I had to fix it. I punched my microwave. I fucked up my whole microwave. And then it was just, I threw.
This dude laughing. I cannot.
Because you just think about the shit you used to do over some shit. Like,
Over someone that ain't even worth it. That's the crazy
bro,
part.
this the funniest part of this whole whole toxicity shit that I had. Where yo, I had a whole dozen donuts, and she was leaving because we had got into it.
This dude, I'm not about to play with Miguel.
Yo, I chucked the whole 12 pack. She left with 12 donuts on the motherfucking car, just all separated on that bitch.
Dude, Miguel, really?
Bro, it was that toxic, bro. But it was like a love and hate. Like when we had, obviously you always will have good moments, but yeah, I would say like it ruined for real. Like I took that bitch and was like chucked the whole time. I was pissed though because I did want some donuts after that. I was like, damn. Man. I was waiting on that chocolate sprinkle on.
Eyes on her windshield.
Man,
But
you only threw donuts, man. I've thrown glass and splattered glass by some
but
shit.
it was never like physical, you know what I'm saying? I mean, she probably threw like water bottles at me, but it was like to the point
that you was physical. That's still abuse.
Yeah, I guess, but
I think you said earlier, Emily, about you laying out in front of a car so they wouldn't leave.
Mm-hmm.
I had a girl do that to me before.
No, not me.
He said a girl. He didn't say you.
I ain't never did that.
but going back to what I was saying, like we that whole thing, like everything I just told y'all, we wasn't even dating.
That's toxic.
So
That's
we
toxic.
wasn't even dating, but she lived with me, so it was like, like we dated but didn't date because I never like asked her to be my girlfriend. Then the school year goes by, summer goes by, and now we long distance.
Mm-hmm.
She's over there. I'm here. So I made a move July, almost end of July. No, sorry, June. I made a move. I asked her to be my girlfriend. I do this whole, simp shit that I do. And then we moved forward. It kind of sort of got better, not really. And then we took a weekend off. I was like, let's see, let's go take a break. And we took a weekend to ourselves. And that whole trip made me realize like this wasn't for me anymore. So it was just like we only went Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, it was just terrible. It was just bad. And my parents was there to witness an argument over a damn phone that she thought she gave it to me, but she left it on the bench and she went all off on me. And then I went off on her once she found the phone. My parents didn't understand the whole situation. Now they know, obviously. And then, once I came back Sunday, like I literally like right when I walked back home, right when I walked back inside and she had left, I literally sat there and I told myself and I said, I am drained. I am exhausted. I cannot sit here and worry about what she's doing. What I'm saying? Like, I just cannot do the toxicity no more. And from that day forward, I literally like didn't talk to her for a week. And then like, I just told her like, you know what? she texted me. She was blowing up my phone. I just told her like, you know what, this I can't do it no more. Thank you for the times we had, but this ain't that. It's not healthy for both of us. I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to go to school again, and now she got a kid, so thank God.
So I guess
But
for stories here, is it safe to say that getting into a relationship like fresh out of high school, in high school, all of that stuff is it
it's
considered
all a
really
learning. It's all learning. You learn.
everything is learning, but we go so hard when we young, all the passion, all the everything, like, can't nobody tell me I can't be with this person, can't nobody say it's not real
Yeah,
love.
yeah.
And then now you hit this age where you like, damn, that was not love, bro. That was
But
not
that's what. But that's.
what was telling me was true.
But that's what. Like that's what kind of ruined me. I would say because after I left that. I mean, yes, before that relationship, I was single for a long time, so I was doing what I was doing. But after that, like I thought, like I just had to. I don't know. I was toxic in a way of I didn't want to settle down again. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just, after that, I was just like, you know what, bro, I'm just about to go crazy. I don't want to be in no more relationships. And I was sleeping with other women and whatnot. And then, I met someone that I'm still with now. Thank God, because she has changed me completely. As everybody, well, I would say more Emily and my sister that they know who I was before. She changed me completely. I did a whole 360. But for everybody watching, if you get out of a toxic relationship, sorry, I can't English today.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself time to heal mentally and physically because I I gave myself 3 months, 4 months. I met somebody and I kind of messed it up in the beginning, but I fixed it over time, realizing that you know what, this person is not like, and I wasn't trying to compare, but I'm just saying my feelings and the way I felt towards her wasn't the same when I felt, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, with who I have now. So I would just say for everybody watching, like, give yourself time. And if you don't, like, I mean, I only gave myself a couple months, which is okay, I guess, but it didn't change anything. But find someone that's for you and that's really for you. You know what I'm saying? Because trying to find somebody right away, like you trying to go, oh, let me go see. Oh yeah, she fine. Let me go see. Like, let me go kick it with her. No, because you're gonna bring that same shit, that same trauma you just had your past relationship, and that girl may not be toxic, but you gonna make her toxic. And
Yep.
then once you make her toxic, then you're gonna do a whole nother thing. It's gonna become a whole nother toxic relationship. So give yourself time, and if
And
you
then like,
don't, make sure that person is really trying to make you better and
mm-hmm.
heal your heart, heal your mental illness, or not mental illness, but mentality. Because if not, that person will, or you will make that person toxic. So I would
Yep.
just want to shout out to my lady. She changed me, and thank God I'm here 2 years later. Um, yep, I love her to death.
It's
So
like it's like you said, all that stuff is draining, bro. Especially, I mean, at my age, I'm about to be 34. I ain't got time for all of that, bro. I'm
I
Man,
mean, I be saying the same shit, bro.
I'm
I only
drained.
got one more
That's
real
why like that's
relationship.
why I'm so serious on like when I meet a girl now, I'm like, dude, are you on my side or are you not? Like,
Right.
Right.
you gonna be serious or we not? Like cause like at this point I'm at the point now where I'm like anything that even seems a little off to me, I'm like, nah, I'm
I'm
good.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Cause it's
yeah.
like, cause you don't want to go through all that shit again, bro.
It's draining.
Like,
Like it's so draining. Just me talking about it, dog. I'm like,
Mm.
dude, draining.
I went through all that shit. Yeah.
So it's like,
Bro,
yeah,
there were times where I was sleeping, right? I was acting like I was asleep. I was like, and I wake up so I can go through her phone to see. I was like,
hey, you said that.
Mm.
I meant to comment on that when you said you was going through her phone. For all the men watching, they know what I'm talking about. The real ones, anyway. If you a man and you start going through her phone, that's how you know it's toxic. Because
Mm.
men usually don't go through the girl's
yeah,
phone.
I don't, yeah, we don't
You know
do
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
Like that's not even my mo. Like I don't even do that. But that's not even that's not usually like a normal thing for men to be going through the girl phone. But if a man start going through the girl phone, that's how you know you need to get up out of there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I was. Woo.
Like,
Yeah, it was some shit, bro.
I don't go through phones, but if I start going through your phone, I know it's bad. Like, it's bad.
Yeah.
I never
If I ever
really
get,
cared. Maybe because I'm a girl who didn't really have anything to hide. Like, I really never cared if they'd be like, "Oh, I need your phone." Okay, here. Like, I never really cared for that. They knew passwords, everything. Like, I was good with that.
What did I tell you in a relationship? When I'm in a relationship or, getting to know somebody, what do I don't have a lock on my phone, right?
Yeah.
I said, when I start cheating, when I have what? Unlock on my phone because, that's just me. But
Wait, girl, you gotta lock your phone nowadays. People go through people's phones.
I don't got a lock on my phone. I ain't got.
You tripping?
That's just me. I don't have a lock on my phone.
I don't go through her phone anyway.
You could get a lock and just give him your password.
Yeah, I don't go through her phone no way, but vice versa.
I don't think she's talking about that. I think she's talking about like somebody steal her phone type shit.
Yeah, someone could steal her phone and have all that stuff.
I think that's what she's talking. I don't think she's talking about like her.
If they steal
like,
my phone, they finna see Pornhub like a mother.
Oh my god.
Yep,
Oh,
and this is how we're gonna end this
yeah.
fucking shit again. She always ruins it. Put your fucking fingers up. We're ending that shit right here. Too funny, too serious. Holy shit. Blair Drew story. Holy fuck. I just can't stop. Oh my god.
You toxic, Miguel.
Stay tuned for tomorrow. We doing a big announcement. Stay tuned. Like, comment, share, subscribe, because we gotta end this shit again. She always gotta fuck it up. Holy shit.
We ended it for real. We not didn't even get to the healthy relationship.
No, we ending it right here. Hell no. Put your fingers up.
I'm not putting my fingers up. Oh my god, that's funny.
You did it.
Oh my god. Only Lina.